Garry Ivory joins me. Garry is Teddy Sheean's nephew. You've been campaigning for this for 32 years. You must be absolutely delighted, Garry. Hello, Garry Ivory, are you there?
Yes, sorry, mate. I'm pretty emotional at the moment, but mate, it's an unreal feeling. Believe me, it's just an unreal feeling. After all these years, to see it come to fruition is just unbelievable.
Well, as I mentioned a bit earlier, it's hard to imagine why he wasn't given the VC from the outset when you look at what he did. It was just such a selfless act, so brave, and really to save his mates, to save as many of his shipmates as he could. Essentially, that's all you really need to know about this story, to know that this is the right decision.
It certainly is, and I thank Brendan Nelson and the rest of the panel for having the fortitude to go to the Japan War Archives, and they have got no doubt now that Teddy did what he did.
Well, it shows you again how extraordinary this is, Garry Ivory, because it's the first, I believe, the first time we've seen a decision like this so many years after the event. I know that the current military leadership, that they're reticent about doing this and relitigating, reconsidering events of years gone by. But when you see an effort like this from your late uncle, it is just wonderful to see that he will now be the 101st recipient in our Australian Roll of Honour of the Victoria Cross.
Doesn't that sound good? No, yeah, I never thought of that side of it. Yes, 101. And the first for the Navy, which is very, very good too.
It is indeed. It's taken just under 80 years for this to eventuate. As you said, 32 of those years you've been campaigning. What was it that drove you in your efforts to honour Teddy?
When I was growing up, the Teddy we had a photo of Uncle Teddy on one side and a photo of there was a citation. I'm assuming it was from the King on the other side of the mantelpiece. I was too young then. But our families never talked about it. Even other sides of the Sheean family will say the same. They never talked about it. And whether they were bitter because he never got the right award or not, we'll probably never know, or we will never know. But in 1988, there was a book came out just prior to that called The Ship That Had to Die by Frank Walker. And I read that and I just thought, well, this young man should get a VC. And I started knocking on doors the very next day. So, there's no doubt that he deserves a Victoria Cross. And this to have it come to fruition today, mate, is just a great feeling.
It must be amazing for you, because you deserve a great deal of credit for it as well in terms of your efforts to lobby, to get this done. And just to give a bit of context for our viewers, Teddy was one of 14 kids. He and 4 of his brothers, I believe, enlisted. Mick, his older brother, joined the Navy as well. Yes,
he did. There were 16 children, but 3 died in infancy. There was 6 of them. You can imagine what my grandparents, or especially my grandmother, when she's got 6 of her sons, away to war, must have been devastating for her. And Teddy was the youngest, and he was the only one not to return.
Yeah, and from Latrobe in northern Tasmania, and what a hero he is now for not just Latrobe, but for all of Tasmania, Garry.
Oh, mate, the whole of Australia. I've had great support from all around the country, and I do thank everyone for their support, because it's been a long journey, but believe me, it's been worthwhile.
It certainly has, Garry Ivory. I appreciate your time. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.